Hi guys, Sandy here. So, have you ever heard of tube quilting? Ever tried it? I haven't, but I will today. Because it is truly a time saver, and we all know that time is precious when you're trying to get your sewing fix on among the millions of things you have on your to-do list. Plus, it looks really fun. We are making 2 different quilt blocks using tube quilting with fabric scraps. Intrigued? Excited? Maybe a little bit scared? Me too! All of the above. Let's get to it. Okay, so what exactly is tube quilting or tube piecing? It's essentially a piecing technique where you sew multiple strips of fabric or multiple fabrics together, then you fold it in half and you sew along both edges, closing it into a tube. Or you can take like 2 strips of fabric, put them together and sew it along both edges, which also turns it into a tube. After that, you just cut the pieces you need. Okay, so I have started by sewing our strips of fabric. It can be different widths. In fact, I think it looks better that it's different widths. Now, we could sew along the strips just like this, but for these blocks I have in mind, we're actually cutting these into 3.5-inch strips. So about 16, I think this is a bit longer, 16 by 3.5-inch strips. You know what I mean. Let's do this. Really need to get a bigger ruler here, guys. This one is so tiny. I am sick of it. It just makes life so much harder for me, not being able to make like a clean cut. Okay, so 3.5 strips of fabric. Like this. Okay, so now we get 2 same size strips of a contrasting fabric, and we will use white for this one. We take one of each, so one of the color stripes and one of our white stripes, and we place them on top of each other, right sides together, as we usually do. And now we'll just sew along the edges using our 1/4-inch foot. So one seam here and another seam here. Okay, let's do this. And just like that, we get our tube. Let me show you a nice little tube. See? Okay, so for our next step, we are going to cut some 45-degree triangles. And we've done this before, right? You can use a ruler like this one I have right here. If you don't own a specific 45-degree angle triangle ruler. I know I don't. So all you need to do is find the 45-degree markings, the ones we get right here, and get to work. So this is what we do. We've got our strip right here, and we just line up our 45-degree line with the bottom of it, okay? And this is the first line we need to cut. Here we go. Oops. I need to change. So now we turn it around 45-degree again, but this time on this side, and we need to make sure that our triangle stops right before our top seam. So that's right over there. So we just line it all up, make sure the 45-degree line is in place, and now we cut. And guess what that gives us? Some cute, easy to make half square triangles. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's just keep going. Okay, so now we cut. These are cut, our little corners off, just like so. Make it easy on yourselves, no dog ears. So yeah guys, after all that cutting and trimming, we have these lovely half square triangles. And I guess we just learned another way to make them. Yay! Okay, so now we are going to press and trim each of these to 4 inches, always keeping the 45-degree line in mind when we're cutting, okay? 4 inches. These are not that much bigger, but still we want them to be exactly 4. So the 45-degree line is in place. Oh, it's moving a lot today. And now we cut. Okay guys, so now we lay, and look at that. So here's one, and of course, two. Now, our lovely pinwheels. Oh, I had missed a pinwheel. We haven't done one in a while. Our lovely pinwheel. Our lovely flying geese. Like this, or maybe like this. Oops, like this. But I guess like this would be nice too. Like this. Ooh, look at that, those diamonds are so cute. I mean, we have seen how awesome half square triangles are, right? How much different stuff they can make. Well, now we're doing them using our scraps of fabric and using what seems to be one of the quickest ways to make them, which is awesome. I mean, how quick was that? Guys, somebody stop me, because if you don't, I'll just be here for hours trying out all sorts of different combinations. I just love them all. Okay, I'm okay now. I've regained my composure. Let's do it again. So we get 3 42 by 1.5 inch strips of different fabrics and one 42 by 3.5 inch strip of white fabric. Okay, so first step is sewing these cute little 3 strips of fabric together, okay? Okay, this should be pretty much the same width as this one. Let us compare. Ah, yes, perfect, 3.5 inches as promised. Okay, so now we are just going to place our white strip on top of our color strips, and we are just going to pin them all in place because we are going to be making our tube. Now this is a much longer strip, so we just need to do it carefully, not get it wonky in any way. Not pull on the fabric so it doesn't get wonky in any way. Let's just keep pinning until we get to the end of our strip. So now we are going to sew on both sides, this one and this one. Be right back. And now you know what comes next, our 45-degree triangles that will turn into half square triangles in a jiffy. Here we go. Let's start on this side actually. So 45 degrees. We are centering on the white because we are sure that the white is measured correctly and the strips clearly aren't. Apply enough pressure. And this is what we'll be getting. Really, really cute, right? Okay guys, we have pressed and we have trimmed these into 4 inches just like we did the first time, and now we play. I mean, how long do you have to watch me do this? Because I could be here all day. Because the potential is limitless. The options are only limited to how much time you're willing to do this. You know, there are so many possible combinations. For me, half square triangles are truly, truly the most versatile quilt blocks of them all. And when you add strips to them, they just become more special. I mean, look at this. let's see if we can do a little chevron pattern here. Yeah, look at that. Cute little chevron, just like that. Okay guys, I'll just stop. Thank you for doing this with me. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will see you really, really soon. Bye bye!